Hey guys, it's Destiny, and our second character 2.1 just got revealed last night, and it is none other than Aventurine. I believe I said that correctly. If not, then I think it's Aventurine. But either way, Aventurine is going to be, if the drip marketing is accurate, we're going to get Acheron, and then right after that, we're going to get Aventurine. I thought I'd share my thoughts on that, what I think about his design, and also maybe why you might want him based on the element and path he is. If you guys do enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you guys can see, we're on the Hoyo Lab site, and they did post Adventure in here, so I'm going to go over to his design in a little bit, but let's just go over his description real quick, which is, he has a quote of, "Go ahead, use me as you wish. Even stab me in the back when you see fit. Exploitation and treachery are simple tools of trade, but remember, I don't make deals that don't pay off. So I hope you don't disappoint me." And I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's really interesting because I'm assuming, just if we were to look at his design super fast, he definitely looks like he has a gambling like lifestyle. There's all the coins around him, the cards. It's definitely giving me gambling. It's more than likely he's gotten, stabbed in the back when it comes to gambling numerous times. And it makes me really wonder who he might possibly be referring to in this statement, or if it's a general statement, who knows. But he is a senior manager in the IPC's Strategic Investment Department and one of the 10 Stonehearts. So what's really cool about this is another person in the IPC is actually Topaz. So I'm really interested to know more about him though, like what his role fully is in the IPC, and he doesn't shy away from taking risks. His constant smile makes it difficult for people to discern his true feelings. He won his current position by wagering against fate itself. He views life as high stakes, high return investment, and he plays a particular gamble with masterful ease. So I'm a huge fan of that. I think that's really interesting because it makes me definitely want to know more about this character in particular. And of course, once we get his story quest, I'm definitely going to be playing that because I really want to know what is up with him in particular. But now if we were to look at his design just right off the bat, I love the booba chest window right here. I noticed that's a trend for some of our male characters as of recently. They have this little boob window, and he has a heart boob window at that. And I'm like, huh, okay. Okay, I see you. Now we also have his card right here, and he just has a bunch of like gambling coins around him. If I were to zoom out a little bit, you can see the gambling coins. He also has these interesting looking socks. They just have, little triangles on them. Just to fit the pattern, I guess, if you were to look at the card, I believe right here also has a triangle. So maybe that's why, or maybe I'm just overthinking that. But I'm a huge fan of this design. I'm definitely pretty excited for him. And if we also look at his elements and path, he's actually imaginary preservation. So this is really interesting because we do have a huge lack of preservation class characters, which I'll show you guys momentarily. So I think this can definitely be something to consider for sure. So if we were to go look at our characters here, this is a mix of our preservation and abundance characters. So as you guys can see, we have Hua Hua, Bailu, Fuxuan, Luocha, Japard, Trailblazer, Lynx, Natasha, and March 7th. When we look at this, as you guys can see, if we were to take off the abundance, for example, we only technically have 4 preservation class characters. The Trailblazer technically counts as 2, but just depends on which gender you picked in the beginning. So as a Trailblazer, then we have March, Japard, and Fuxuan. So when it comes to him being a preservation class character, there are multiple things that he might have in this kit. One of the huge things it might be is shields. The reason I say shields is because March 7th and also Japard do have shields that are used pretty often. The Trailblazer and Fuxuan have a sort of damage mitigation, so there might be damage mitigation. But if they did want to potentially make him a bit more different than Fuxuan, they might go the shields route instead. I think that'd be pretty cool because we don't actually have, I remember correctly, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe we actually have a limited 5-star yet that does shields. I feel like if they're trying to make him different from Fuxuan, they might just go the shield route instead, which I think would be really interesting to see what would he be able to bring to the table with his shields. Would it be team-wide? Would it be single target? Would it be adjacent? Would he be skill points hungry with the shields? Like, is it based off his turns? Is it based off the allies' turns? So let's say you go through 3 of your turns, you have a really fast team, but then your shielder is really slow. Well, in that case, the shielder would have to use that skill pretty often because if the shields are already gone by the time it's the shielder's turn, you have to use the skill again. So might require some speed tuning. These are just things I'm throwing out, by the way, but I do think because he's also imaginary, this is pretty important as well. Our only other imaginary character that is in the sustain role is Luocha as well. So now it comes into play, okay, Aventurine or Luocha, because I know some people are looking forward to the Luocha rerun. So whenever we get that, that might be a consideration of, okay, are you guys going to go for Luocha? Or are you guys potentially going to go for Aventurine instead? That's something definitely to keep in mind. I personally still think the Luocha is a really good character, but I don't think that they'll be similar enough where they'll be comparable in, I guess, how they are played, other than the case of them being a sustained character. I'm not too sure, honestly. Maybe we'll get something brand new, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. If we were to look at our imaginary characters, though, we have Dr. Ratio, Don Honkai, Luocha, Welt, and Yukong. So we will be getting now our 6th imaginary character. Pretty exciting for the most part, I would say. And we're almost actually stacked out for all the roles being taken. And then we will be missing all but just Erudition imaginary. And then there will be a character of the imaginary class for every path. So I think that's pretty exciting. I do want to know what you guys think of Aventurine, though. Do you guys think he will be competitive to our current 5-star sustains? Because in the grand scheme of things, they need to be able to make him have something that would make you want him over a character like Luocha, Fushun, or Huohuo. All of them so far, I think, have a decent job of there's something that differentiates all of our sustains. For Luocha's case, he has his Abyss Flower Field. For Fushun's case, she has her damage mitigation. She gives you crit rate, gives you a bunch of stuff. For Huohuo's case, she gives you the attack and energy with her ult. When you start your turn, you also get cleansed. So Huohuo's way of sustain is really good as well. So it makes me wonder, what are they going to do with Aventurine that will actually allow him to be competitive to these other sustains? Or if it might just be better to look at a character like Fushun, for example, and just wait for her rerun instead if you are truly looking for a sustain. I will definitely let you guys know, out of all the sustains, do I think he's actually worth it, or do I think that maybe you just want to wait for a rerun? But of course, if you like his design, which I know I'm definitely pulling just because of the design alone, I'd love to know what you guys think of his design and if you feel like he'll be competitive in the sense of how he will compare to our other sustains. Make sure to let me know all of that good stuff in the comments down below. I'm sorry if I rambled a little too much. I am pretty excited for this character. So yeah, I just want to share my thoughts. I hope all of you have a great one though. And before you go, let me know in the comments down below. Let's see, what is your favorite food? I want to know that today. Yesterday it was favorite snack. Today is favorite food. Be sure to let me know. Peace.